Strider?
We open in a basement. We see Violet sitting down there on a small wooden stool next to a young girl in a pale blue dress with pale skin. As the girl looks over at Violet, Violet can see that she not only has fear in her eyes, but there's something else. Whether it be knowledge, confusion, or possibly peace. This is no ordinary girl that Violet is down here with. Meanwhile, above, in the home of Professor Coppelius, Strydas' toy maker, the scene before us is harrowing. Standing on one side of the house, we have Betty, Braga, Dee, and Ryder brandishing weapons, preparing for the inevitable. While on the other side of the room, we have 5 monarchs, 5 individuals who have now come to realize that they are not individuals at all, simply souls inhabiting husks that are now being controlled by the man holding the Chaosium, Professor Coppelius. He smiles as he takes a long bony finger and points towards you all. The 5 monarchs, Danny, Marigold, Kira, Lola, and Midge. In an inhuman-like way, you see their heads almost click turning towards you as if automated. Their eyes gray as hematite. And their fury, that of Arius.
So, this is what we thought was going to happen. Not great.
Yeah, this was pretty much... What are you doing with... This is not right. Why would you do such a thing?
It's always the why, isn't it? Well, when you're someone who has lost as much as I have, I said I'd do anything for my daughter, and I have done. I have gone to the ends of the earth. I have brought this back. And I'm doing what it tells me. And that's the only thing that's keeping me and her alive right now. So yes, perhaps tapping into the power of an old god was foolish, but when...
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever lost something in your life?
Yeah, a lot of it. We all have.
And if you had the chance to bring it back, would you?
We have had the chance, and we rejected it.
Yeah.
Because it's wrong.
Then you're the fools who clearly didn't see power when it was gifted to you.
Look what that power has made you into, though. We don't want to be like you.
I no longer care.
You call this life?
I don't care about the life that I lead now. I do all of this for my daughter.
Do you think she wants you to be doing this? Your daughter? Have you ever asked her if she wants you to be killing people and destroying places and towns?
She knows the cost.
Where is she?
Do we see her in this room? Is she in this room?
She is not in this room.
Oh, yeah. Can I get situated.
Sure, roll me 2d6.
And I have my special power.
You saw her last week, right?
Oh.
Yes, you did. You
I
actually
already
used,
did
you
this.
used your clarity, and you saw that she is somewhere beneath the house.
That's right. Okay.
Not in this current level.
With Violet, did I see that?
You saw
much?
Violet's
Yeah.
energy as well,
Okay,
yes.
so I already know.
Didn't she see that she was dead last week when she looked at her?
Yeah.
'Cause I
there
think you
was
described her as a little dead girl.
Uh-huh. That's right. Okay. Nice.
Well, do you have any more questions for me, or should we let the inevitable happen?
How long? How long has this been going on? How long have you kept her a prisoner in your house, unable to grow up, unable to live her own life?
She has a life now to live, thanks to me, and it's been slightly over a fortnight, thank you.
It's not a life.
And look, I felt bad about what I did. I felt horrible about what I did. A life for a life.
You've turned her into one of your dolls, and you know it.
No, that's why I created them. I had to keep taking a life. One life a day for my daughter to stay alive. And so I those things were unleashed, but trust me, I didn't want, I tried to handle it, so I made them. You're from Palisade, aren't you? You're the Rat Queens. Well, look upon them, Rat Queens. I made them in your image. My daughter came back from Palisade telling stories of you all. And so I modeled her heroes in front of her. I made people. I made them to protect this town from me. And I tried, but I've realized that there's no winning this anymore.
So hold on. You're making the smoke black demon things, and you also made the monarchs to fight those same things?
Yes. I didn't want them to take more than one life, so I sent in something to stop them. I sent a restrictor, a barrier of some kind. The monarchs.
This is actually nuts.
But then the MAUR had to go snooping around, didn't they? They couldn't just trust that people were here taking care of things, did
Yeah, that's
they?
the funny thing that happens when you unleash demons upon a city. People get a little bit testy.
It was handled! But fine, if you don't see the brilliance and the thought and the time and the care I've put into this, well, then you will die, and I will have 4 new souls, 4 days of souls that I can give for my daughter's life. Monarchs. Kill them. And with that, the monarchs start to charge. Thank you all so much for donating. I will say this.
Are we gonna die?
Who is standing the closest in the room? What is our standing order, we believe?
I think that I'm probably standing in front to have them both neck behind me, and maybe, I don't know where Ryder would be.
I think
That's up to
Ryder's
you.
kind of right off your shoulder,
Yeah.
with a bow.
Cool. I'm next to Ryder.
I have
Dee.
my scimitar out. Also, I think I cast light on everyone.
Oh yeah, all of our weapons
Yeah,
have light
so
on
all
them.
of them have light.
Yeah.
So that's definitely giving you, I will say, because you cast light on everyone's weapons, if you use those weapons, you will get a +1 on that roll.
Great. And I think I have magic. I cast magic weapon, so if that still stands, then
I think you have one more turn on your magic weapon because you used it in the previous battle as well. Because you were outside and you just cast light and you did your new cool new
Yes.
magical sight.
Okay.
So if you want to recast magical weapon, you can.
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So you do that.
All right.
Roll me 2d6 plus your skill.
2d6 plus skill.
Yeah.
Whew, that's nice. I think that's a 9. Any tokens?
Let us see. Actually, I have it right here. Violet has 0 tokens. Braga has 1. Dee has 1. Betty has 1.
Thank you,
Thank
token, and I will
you.
use that right now.
Wonderful.
Yay.
So you're going to make it
10.
A 10. So yes, with a 10, you now have this magical
token.
purple flamed scimitar.
Yes.
And I'll say, yeah, if you use that weapon, you'll get, because I think you do extra damage with it, yes. Wonderful. As D, as you quickly move your hand over your scimitar once again, casting this purple flame just comes out and ignites your scimitar. Thank you for the tip. Thank you for the chaos. Immediately, Danny and Midge look at each other, and they feel a combo.
Yikes! Oh. Well, better now than we have 0 hit points, I guess.
You see...
You say that now.
You see Midge. You see Danny starting to conjure something as her eyes immediately just brightly glow this gray. And Midge comes up from behind her. You see Danny put her staff to Midge's throat. And Midge, using her bardic ability, does almost this now magically enhanced sonic bardic yell at you, Braga.
Great.
So, since this is an auto success, Braga, you suddenly feel yourself, as soon as this sonic voice wave hits you, you feel yourself flying through the house, and immediately you're crashing out of the kitchen window into the back alley from which you just came. Betty and D, it's almost, and Ryder too. Almost in an instant, the three of them, you see just Braga disappear.
What?
As if she were a feather, a leaf on the wind.
Did I take any damage?
Yes, you do.
Maybe we do
Why
need
did
a
I
bard
ask that
in our
question?
group.
You take 2 points of damage as you kind of land on some
Easy,
glass.
easy.
Oh.
Great.
Come to Strydas, they said. Have a few laughs, they said.
So Betty, D, and Ryder, you are now in the house.
I'm gonna go after Lola, the other me. I'm going to. I guess where are they standing?
So you're kind of standing. You came in through the back way. So I'll say, you kind of came up these stairs. You came in through the kitchen. Where you're standing is where the kitchen and the living room meets. They're kind of standing on the other side of the living room, closer to the door. So they're now in a line with Danny and Midge at the forefront, having just cast this powerful enhanced bardic spell, with Marigold, Lola, and Kira kind of flanking them, almost in a V.
Just wondering what's in the room.
Yes, and some furniture. I mean, it's a home. It's a home. So there's furniture, bookshelves, a fireplace. You name it.
I want to try to go after Lola by, I guess, doing a running jump kick to try to kick her through, like, the doorway, the front door, to kick her out of the room.
Got it. Roll me 2d6 plus, I'm going to say skill.
Okay, skill. It's +1. 10! Woohoo! Nat 10.
So describe to me this, how you kick Lola out. This running jump kick.
I run. I kind of run like around the group. I do that cool thing where you run really fast and you can like run on the wall a little bit and like jump off it. I run up the side of the wall. I like ricochet off of it with my hands, and then I kick both my feet towards Lola's chest and push her right out of the front door. It kind of snaps open as she hits it, and she rolls out the front.
You see, Lola, as she almost tumbles backwards. But even during her last tumble, you see one of her fists hits the ground, and the stone underneath it creates this indent. As she catches herself, and she slowly looks up at you, and you see that one of her daggers is now in her mouth, the other is in her other hand.
Cool.
I get up and dust myself off from the ground, and I actually go around to the front, not knowing that was happening, because I was thinking we could flank them now. So I come around. So I don't know how long that takes, but that's what I'm doing now.
I'll say,
my plan was to kick open the front door, but now I don't need to do that anymore.
Which way? I will say, here's the thing with these homes. I would say there is a tight alleyway in between. So the right-hand side of from where you are in the back, that right-hand side of the house is right next to another house in like townhome style. However, to the left is the entrance to the cellar, and where Hannah is now headed. So what do you say to Hannah as you pass her and you make your way around the house?
I just go, shit's going down, and I just kind of get Violet, get her fast.
Okay, and you see Hannah standing in front of a door. Speaking of that, chat, it's time to get active and vote in that first poll. So the poll will be starting soon. Please get active in this one, and I'm very curious to see what you decide and whose fate you decide as well. So Braga, I say, for your action, you're running all the way to the other side. And as soon as you get there, you see almost the end of where Lola catches herself in the stone and starts to kind of push herself back up.
I'm going to come right down on top of her then. If she's picking herself up and I walk up and she's doing that, I'm not even going to think twice. I'm just going to go right for her.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Okay. So that's a natural 11.
Oh my god.
Plus my 3, plus my light. So
Wow, you're very powerful.
Yeah.
Wow.
So describe to me this 11. What do you try to do?
Yeah. So if she's got. So how'd you describe her again? Is she still on the ground, or is she like
I
picking
would say
herself up?
She almost did that superhero landing where she has one fist on the ground. She's caught herself with it. She's got one dagger in her mouth. She's got the other dagger in her hand.
Okay. I put my boot right on her back and knock her back down again, and then I come right down on her head with my axe.
I will say, yeah, you come right as you push her down. Oh man, you can come right down on Lola's head, and there's something, because your axe has been enchanted, I think, by this light. Yes, so it's your axe, your 2 daggers, Rider's bow, and
My shield.
in your shield. Yeah, so you have a shield. As if dang, D is OP tonight. She's magically gilded. Yes. So as you stomp on Lola's back and your axe, just this powerful light axe, comes down, you see it clip into the back of her head. But it doesn't feel like it normally would. When it would, you would normally do this to another human or a creature or an orc in battle. Instead, it almost like just pierces through as if it were cloth.
Okay.
And you start to see this rip appear in the back of Lola's head underneath her hair. You start to see this black inky like ooze coming out of the back of her head.
And I go, we already have a smidgen.
You hear her just like scream in this wretched pain as she throws herself. She kind of slides out from under you and kind of picks herself. She's still on the ground. She starts to try and pick herself back up again. D, you and Ryder are in the house together, and you have 4 other monarchs staring
Great.
you down.
I have a question.
What do you do?
Would you consider these undead?
I will say that they're not raised from the dead. No,
Okay.
they're more possessed than
Dang it.
undead.
All right. Oh, okay. So I would like to see if I can save their lives so we don't have to actually kill them, and use between the magic, actually just the shininess of the scimitar and the glowing on the shield. I want to see if I can bounce light into their eyes
Okay.
to get the gray out.
Roll me 2D. I'll say pick a target and roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Pick one target.
Yes. So
All right.
you have, out of the 4 monarchs standing there, you have Danny, Marigold, Kira, and Midge.
Marigold. No. Who is the bard again?
Midge.
All right, I want to do that because that was gnarly. We don't need that to happen
Here,
again.
sorry.
Oh, all right. So yeah, Midge.
Wonderful. Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Snake eyes.
Oh no.
There are 4 second chances.
Oh,
Thank you,
second
second
chances.
chances. Ah.
So you'd like to use one?
Yes, please. Yes,
right.
please.
Yeah!
Yay! That's beautiful. That's a 12.
Wow.
Plus, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Lighting or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
It matters.
So
Plus 1 then.
So are you? So describe to me how you're catching the light off your scimitar onto the or are you catching the light from the shield on the scimitar and using, because they're both
Yeah,
very
sorry. The
reflective
light.
surfaces.
Yeah, exactly. The light from the shield onto the scimitar, so I can angle it, and it goes straight into what was her name again?
Midge.
Midge's eyes. Just
You immediately, this piercing like ray of light just shoots right into Midge's. I'll say because Midge's eyes, because one of them is covered in an eye patch, so it goes right into Midge's left eye. As she does this same, at the same time you hear this howl from outside, this kind of like echoey, screechy, animalistic howl. And as Midge feels this light go into her eyes, both of her hands go up and she just starts stumbling backwards, and she's up against the wall as you start to see this kind of black ooze coming down from behind her eyes as she's clutching her eyes and just screeching.
I want to run up to her and hold out my shield. I don't want her to touch me with that stuff, and just say, "Are you in there? Hey, who are you right now? What's going on? What do you feel? Are you okay? Who are you loyal to?"
Help! You hear on a whisper in between her screams.
I want to point towards Professor Capellius and just say, "Him. It's his. Just get him."
I will say because you were successful, Midge is now confused. Midge doesn't know. It's going to take a little bit more, but you see Midge standing there. Midge will no longer charge you, but Midge also doesn't know how to handle the situation.
Right.
It's almost as if the light, you've put into her is starting to kind of overpower the darkness that is also inside of her. Meanwhile, Ryder stands there.
What up, Ryder? Are you gonna help?
Just gonna stand there and look pretty?
Yes. You see Ryder kind of see what you did to Midge, and standing in front of Ryder is Kira. Kira, who is now pulling out her bow, this beautiful bow, and aiming it directly at Ryder. Ryder's gonna fire his arrow. Oh. Ryder fires, and I will say, Ryder fires his bow. And immediately at the same time, Kira fires her bow. And at the same time, because these are two excellent archers going off against each other, the bows hit, or the arrows split each other in two and land on the ground. But unfortunately, as that was happening, Marigold was also standing there, and Marigold has now brandished her longsword and comes towards Ryder. What's Ryder gonna do? Ryder, seeing this longsword coming towards him, he tries to narrowly dodge out of the way. He sees that he's right next to a kitchen table, so he kind of tries to deftly move and put the chair out in front of him. However, this is a long sword and not a short sword. So while the sword comes down and namely takes the chair out, he does get sliced on the left arm. As you see, blood starts to pool underneath his kind of black cloak and black shirt, as now he grips his arm and can no longer fire his bow in battle.
Armor.
Hey, Ryder, armor's like super important. Why are you just wearing like a really cool cape and like no armor? It makes no sense. Yeah, okay, just be cool. Don't get hurt anymore. Hands are all mad at us.
Just sit under the table or something.
Go hide under the sink.
No! I will fight!
Okay,
and you see him pull out a sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
We then cut to Violet in the basement. Violet, you are hearing a huge commotion upstairs above you. Yeah, you heard this sonic yell, you heard glass break, you're hearing all these footsteps kind of stomping all over the place. And you see that as with every just large footprint and movement, almost the dust from the rafters above you kind of shakes more and more down.
Dance party.
Can I get situated?
Roll me 2d6 plus your canny.
Is that what this is?
Dance party?
Yep.
Okay, that is a 7.
You have second chances.
You have 3 second chance.
Okay.
Use it.
Oh dear. Well, it's the same.
Okay.
I have a 7.
All right, it's not worse.
Oh, so describe to me how at first, you tried to look around. It wasn't so successful. It was a mixed success. And then you tried to give it one more shot, and then it was a mixed success.
So I tried to look up. I also tried to look around the room, get some context clues. But then the girl I was looking at seemed to leave my eyesight, and I got distracted. And then I wanted to look at her again, and then I saw her, and I was like, okay, thank goodness. But then I looked away again, and she's just not staying in my line of vision, so I can only assess certain things. What things can I assess?
You get one question.
Great. What is going on here that isn't obvious to me?
You know that you are locked in this basement. From what we didn't see, we cut back to the moment where Professor Coppelius met Violet. So I see that my daughter has brought you to our home. Welcome. I wasn't expecting a guest.
She looked distraught and upset.
Well, you are an incredibly kind soul. So wonderfully kind. Say, a silly question. Is that a rat emblem on your armor?
It most certainly is. We're gonna get belt buckles soon, but right now we just have this.
Wonderful. So, it's just a strange question. You see, when he starts talking about this, the girl, almost her eyes become wider. So you're one of the rat queens, aren't you?
Let's quit talking about me and talk a little bit more about you, shall we?
Wonderful. Well, I honestly didn't expect this to happen. Bella. Bella. You see, he turns to the girl, and the girl's just standing there staring at you. He goes over to her, he gently turns her to face him. Sweetheart, what did I tell you about going outside and without me? When I'm with you, I can help you, we can meet people, and I can protect you, but when you go outside alone, bad things happen, sweetheart. I just want you to be safe, okay? But because you disobeyed me, I'm going to have to be your father. As you see her kind of step backwards and sit in another wooden stool. Yes, well, I expect your friends will be joining us shortly. I need to go make preparations upstairs.
Whoa.
As he starts to go up the stairs.
Excuse me.
Yes, he kind of turns around over his shoulder slightly, but not giving you the full turnaround. Mm-hmm.
What are you doing to your daughter? What's wrong with her? What does she need?
She needs me.
I don't think so, actually. I'm pretty good at picking up context clues. And I don't think that that's right.
Well, I appreciate the parenting advice from someone who I'm assuming is without children, but...
Well, that's a big assumption. You know, that is a big assumption. I'm gonna talk to her and see what she needs. You left. You go on. You go ahead upstairs.
Gladly. As he goes up the stairs, you hear him lock the 3 different locks on the door. And then you hear something else. You almost hear this bolt of electricity, this zap. As now, Violet, you recognize that he has somehow magically sealed this basement door. How he has sealed it and what seal he has used, you don't know, but you know that this is sealed. We cut back to the present.
Yeah, context clues. That was a good one. It's a good one right before you got locked in the basement.
You see the little girl just staring at you.
Let me help you. You wanted me to come with you. What do you need?
You see that her tiny, pale hand reaches up to yours. Do you take it?
I do.
She grabs your hand, and you feel that her skin is as cold as ice. But there is this eerie, kind of lukewarm, pulses to it that you occasionally get. As you feel her take your hand, and she puts it over her own heart, and you feel no heartbeat.
All right.
Violet!
You hear a voice.
Hannah?
Violet, are you down there?
I am. They've locked me in, and they've locked Bella in here as well.
Who is that? Is that the little girl from the story?
Yes.
Great. Well, you're welcome, because I came to save the day.
Thank you.
Came to save your ass, didn't I? I'm good friend, good leader here. Everybody else is taking out the monarchs, but I said, let me go down there and let me save Violet.
Congratulations, Hannah. Congratulations on your great skills and ability. You know what? Actually, I'm fine. I like Bella, and I think that we're going to be good friends. So you can just leave if you
I'm
want
getting
to.
this. I'm saving you, and then I'm coming upstairs, and I'm saying, guess what Hannah did? Hannah saved Violet!
As you hear her boot kick against this door, and just hitting these locks, and you just hear these grunts, and you hear the sound of her boot hitting this door more and more and more. But the door isn't moving. It's just the sound of almost her heels on metal.
What's with this door?
It's magic. It's magic. You're probably familiar with it because you're so magical and brilliant.
Fine. Magic door. Magic door. Let's do this magic door. Magic door. It's fine.
This
Do you know what kind of magic? Just to give me a parameter?
You know, it's not my skill set. I have a lot of my own various skills, but magic's not one of them. So
What,
no.
you're going to say magic's not one of mine either, aren't you?
I wasn't going to, no, but now that you mention it.
Oh my, you know what? I am taking down this door right now. Hannah raises her hands as her wand has been broken. She starts to channel this energy into her right hand. She's focusing, she focuses, still feeling slightly drained, but her power's kind of returning to her as the fake chaosium infused with Dee and Hannah's magic was shattered only minutes before. So with all of her strength, she focuses her magic to her hand, and she reaches out and she grabs a doorknob, the largest one in front of her. You hear some kind of poof, and then nothing.
Hannah?
Did she cast fireball on the doorknob?
Hannah, this is the least funny thing you've ever done. So just come down here and get me. The Bella is creeping me out.
You hear nothing. You can maybe see what's if there's anything that's changed. Maybe roll.
Yeah, try to
get situated again. Roll my 2d6 plus your candy.
I thought you just fucking left.
That's 10.
Nice.
With a 10, Violet, almost out of the corner of your eye, you saw this kind of navy blue lightning happen as soon as you heard that poof. Similar to the lightning that was cast on the door, the magic energy that was cast on the door by Professor Coppelius. You now sense that there's no magical lock on this door anymore. So the door could be broken down. You just don't know what's on the other side. Or what's happened to Hannah. Oh, I'll say yes. That's what you perceive. Also, you realize, too, that Bella is not going to speak to you.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. I need you to just nod your head if you need to stay near me. If not, I'm going to leave you in this basement. Yes or no for me? Look at this. Yes, I want to come with you. Nah. Which one? Yes, okay. All right, then come with me. Come with me, Bella. Then I just want to go up the stairs. I just want to kick open the door.
You feel her hand clasp yours.
Up the stairs? Yes. Okay. I want to start walking up the stairs with her.
You go up the stairs.
Uh-huh.
You still feel that there's like maybe one of the knobs that is locked. What do you do?
Locked, magically locked?
No, just regular locked.
Okay.
So this is now a regular door.
Amazing.
A regular wooden door.
Perfect. My forte. I want to kick it down.
Wonderful. Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Does Violet still have her weapons or no?
Yeah, because she was out with us.
You still have you still have your weapons. He didn't
Okay.
confiscate your weapons.
Bad move.
Ooh, that is a 7.
With a 7. With a 7, Violet, you raise back your foot and you just kick down this door. However, unfortunately, you're not feeling so good. You're just not. There's something about this space that's kind of freaking you out a bit. So your focus wasn't all there. So as soon as you kick down that door, you feel the splinters start to go into almost your armor, and you start to feel your ankle kind of give because you didn't put enough force behind it. You take 2 points of damage as you feel a weak on your right ankle.
Okay.
However, you did manage to kick down the door, and what you see before you is probably some not so good news. We cut back to inside of the house.
What?
Actually, we cut back to the outside of the home where we see Braga, Betty, and Lola kind of stand. Are you in the doorway?
In the doorway.
Yeah, I'll say we cut from the outside looking in. We see Braga, Lola, and Betty almost in this kind of triangle standoff facing one another.
So are you watching out the doorway?
Yeah, I was kind of half in and half out of the house.
Okay.
And I just want to yell to Braga, well, to you. Hey, I think Dee's got some way of knocking some sense into these guys. I don't think we should try to kill them. I think we should try to subdue them.
Betty,
Okay, fine. Oh.
You look at Braga.
Huh?
Braga, you look at Betty, and you two feel a combo coming on.
All right.
Hey!
So what do you think we should do? 'Cause I was getting ready to just charge into the house for the doctor, but I don't know if we could do something like that or what you want to do.
I feel like if we could take down the doc, is he a doctor or a professor?
Or Capellius, sorry.
What school did
that's
he go to?
the-
We don't know.
Yeah,
He didn't
the,
properly
not
introduce
the
himself
doctor,
to
the
us.
toy maker.
He does
Doctor of evil.
He does
people.
something bad. I think we should take him down. You're right.
Yeah. So I think that we're gonna. What are we gonna do? Just storm the house? It's like I was watching you like you have my back because you can see Lola behind me as I'm
Yep.
charging in. But what are we gonna do together?
All right. I feel like Lola's fine. Leave her out here. Just charge right over her, and let's get back inside and take care of this doctor or professor or
Yeah.
toy maker. No one needs.
Oh, I got it. Hey, I'm gonna pick you up and chuck you at him. And Get
Okay.
your mushrooms ready.
Okay.
I don't want to chuck you. I'm
You
just gonna.
can chuck me. It's fine.
No,
We're-
that's what we always do.
It's fine.
All right.
No, I'm
no,
small.
Just
I'm small. You're
throw one of
tall.
your sleeping mushrooms at him to knock him out.
This almost never works.
I know, but I think it's gonna work for sure this time.
I don't know. All right, let's do the sleeping mushroom thing. It's literally worked 0 times in the season. All right, ready?
Yeah, but maybe somebody paid for a combo. We have an auto success on what's happening.
Nobody knows. I certainly don't know.
Yeah.
My name's Betty. I run towards Braga at full force. I'm like, get ready to slap me away, girl.
How about instead of me throwing you, what if I flank you so the other monarchs can't attack you? Like I'll kind of
Oh,
like run interference
okay. So you can throw me,
instead of
that's
just chucking you like we always do.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
So side by side,
Yeah.
Brendan. Okay, so I shove up next to Braga. I get my mushrooms ready. We run in the door, kind of like comically sideways, like we're both
Yeah.
running sideways with our backs together.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do a quick little cartwheel and then toss a bunch of some mushrooms at the Coppelius.
Yeah. And we call this move the
Crab walk.
crab walk sneak.
Crab walk sneak.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
With the crab walk sneak. Yeah, Betty, you do this beautiful cartwheel and you start to throw these mushrooms. Coppelius, whose attention had been on Ryder, now kind of almost in slow motion turns towards these mushrooms as you see his eyes widen. But then jumping in front of him is Danny. As Danny gets knocked with these mushrooms, and now Danny lays unconscious on the ground, knocked out of battle.
That's that's not nothing.
That makes her less of a thing that we have to not kill.
Technically, it worked, even though it hasn't worked. So this is good.
Look, I mean, you said we didn't want to kill her, and
Nope,
that
we
makes us
didn't,
not
no.
have to. And while we're talking, I just start swinging at him with my axe.
Before you can do that, he immediately sees and understands what's happening. He grabs the Chaosium, and almost with his eyes widened, he disappears in a puff of gray smoke.
That's all I wanted to do.
So as you swing into this kind of empty black or gray mist.
Hey, Chaosiums!
D, what would you like to do? You see now that Braga and Betty have now just side shuffled. Crabs walked in. Betty did a cartwheel. Dr. Coppelius has disappeared. Danny is knocked out on the ground.
Nice move.
We're trying to do a big finale, but then he disappeared in stupid Chaosium smoke. It always happens.
As you see now, Kira has pulled out her bow on you.
Hey,
And you see that her
Whoa.
bow now glows with kind of a white magical energy as she has cast magical weapon on her own weapon.
Okay, Kira, listen. We understand each other, right? This doesn't have to end in any more bloodshed or ink shed.
She releases the bow,
I-
and it fires towards you.
I parry with my shield.
Roll me 2d6 plus... Canny.
Legit nervous. Okay. Canny?
Yes! Quick thinking!
Technically, it's all quick, isn't it?
5.
Second chance?
Second chance.
There are 2 second chances.
Use it, girl.
Oh, please be better than 5.
Gotta get some spin on those die.
Some spinning, yeah. Oh,
Hey!
okay, it's an 8.
Yay!
So describe to me how first it was a fail, but then it became a mixed success.
Well, let's just say my shield has seen better days. And even though it's glowing, so it's like a good target for her.
But it still has that chunk missing out of it, doesn't it?
it has so it goes straight into the chunk and goes inches before it almost hits me. Just goes through my shield.
And I will say, because it is a mixed success, while you weren't injured, The magical weapon power imbued on Kira's arrow has now nullified your shield's glow.
Get her in the eyes. Just shine some light into her eyes.
We cut over to Ryder, who now he's now grasping, kind of holding his left arm together as Marigold, pushing away these chunks of table and chair, raises her longsword again to come down on him. Ryder sees that you almost got hit, D, as the Lost King looks at you. No! Almost in fear of you getting hit by the arrow, as suddenly Marigold's blade chops off his left arm.
Hey, is this part of the thing that the evil god said? Does the Lost King lose his arm, or he just dies?
I don't.
This is one step.
Why don't you wear armor?
Seriously,
Armor.
Armor. It's in the name.
I'm sorry. I've never taken on things like this before.
All right. Well, I told you to hide her the singing.
No wonder it's not the one king, you know?
I want to jump towards. That was Marigold, right? Who attacked?
Yeah, Marigold.
I want to kind of turn on my feet and spin around and go towards Marigold this time. Just a good old hack and slash. I'm gonna try to subdue her by getting her Achilles tendons.
Roll me 2d6 plus your guts.
Guts plus 1 for light damage.
Yep.
That is 11 plus 1 is 12.
Nice. With a 12. So yeah, describe to me this hack and slash.
So I kind of I pivot towards Marigold. I'm very annoyed that the stupid Lost King has lost his arm, has 1 foot in the grave already, and we told him there's the one thing specifically could not do this battle was let the Lost King die. And I just kind of do a little somersault and do a somersault, unfurl, and as I kind of untuck from my somersault, I just slice both Achilles tendons on Marigold to try to disable her.
As you slice both of her Achilles tendons, as you do this, you notice that her leg armor, is exposed right at the ankles. It goes leg armor and then boots. As you slice, for some reason, you're used to slicing creatures, individuals, the likes, ne'er-do-wells, and you're familiar with the pressure. It is almost as if you are cutting through a pillow when you slice through Marigold. And you suddenly start to see almost these shavings and the stuffing start to leak out of her Achilles tendons as this black sludge starts to seep out as well.
And I kind of roll out of her perimeter and I yell, "Hey, do you think if we get these guys wet, they'll just disappear? Or is that not a thing? I don't know. They're half sludge, half sawdust. It's just an idea."
You could try it. I don't know where we get water right now.
I mean, there's a kitchen sink. That's not a ton of. Just an idea. Just keep going. Keep going.
I pick up Ryder and I carry him out the back door.
I want to follow so I can cure.
Oh, okay.
Do some healing.
I'm taking into where Hannah is. I don't know what's happened to Hannah yet. So yeah, you do your thing, but I'm carrying him out of the battle.
So are you following?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to leave Betty alone.
I'm fine.
But also, Lost King.
No, we can't let him. Yeah, let me die. Don't let him die.
No.
It's fine. I'll be fine.
I'm doing this. I'm standing and I'm like, I'm not gonna follow yet.
All right.
Who's left?
Left
Kira's
in the room
still
with
there.
you. Kira is still there. She's prepping another arrow to fire at you. Danny is passed out on the ground. Marigold is now kind of starting to stumble a bit, feeling this pain in her Achilles tendons. Midge, still disoriented, is still kind of trying to figure out, now more headed in the direction of where Professor Coppelius once was, the toy maker once was, trying to figure out what happened to him, still disoriented, and standing in the doorway is Lola.
Oh. All right.
She's leaking a little bit.
Leaky Lola. I'd like I'd like to take a stab at
Swab?
a swab at Kira, since I think I'm closest to her, and definitely want to not give her a chance to reload that bow.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Using my scimitar.
Yes, using your scimitar. Your magical scimitar.
Yeah.
Baby, that is a 12.
Nice.
Wonderful. Where do you swipe at Kira?
Probably her hands, her arms, to get the bow out of them. Yeah.
You swipe your scimitar at Kira, and where you nick her left hand, you completely sever the right as this hand just falls onto the ground. As you start to see sawdust, stuffing, and this black ooze coming out of Kira's arm. She immediately drops her bow and lets out this horrendous screeching howl and looks down at you. And for a second, D, almost like you feel something inside of you almost twist or turn a bit. A pain inside of you as well.
I hate that I had to do that. Could you just not fight us right now?
She raises her arm that is now seeping the
Yikes.
liquid, and
Come
she
on!
comes charging at you. We cut to outside. Violet, you look around. Hannah is not standing in front of you at all.
Hannah.
You look around to your left. She's not there. You look forward and you hear the commotion on the other side of the house, not there. And then you feel Bella tug at your armor. And she points to the ground. And laying on the ground is a beautiful hand-stitched doll that looks exactly like Hannah. A tiny, regular-sized doll.
Can you fix her? Can you fix her? Who can fix her? Who?
She points to the house.
Your dad. I want to try to find something that is safe to wrap her up in. Like a little...
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Read your.
well.
Oy, 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 oy. Hey.
All right,
Ooh.
that's a 9.
With
Any
a
token?
9.
Do you have any tokens?
Violet, you do have one token.
Well, I think we really got to protect
Yeah.
Hannah, so
Yeah.
Wonderful. Aw.
Hannah.
Actually, I will say you get to keep your token. Hannah actually has a token tipped by Hannah herself. So I'm going to give you Hannah's token for Hannah's own safety.
She would want to do this her way,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that's great.
So
I like that
Violet
even, I like that
gets to
even
keep
not
her
here,
token.
Hannah's still selfish as her
I
baggage.
like that so
But yes,
much.
you get
So
to use
perfect,
Hannah's
Jess.
token.
Okay,
for
great.
this.
So I just want to make like a little pouch.
I'll say that you remember, you like kind of look back down in the basement and you remember seeing almost, there's different dress materials. So it appears that Bella has been stitching and sewing down there while she's been down there. So
Perfect.
there's a plethora of cloths and
Amazing.
swatches.
Great. Run down real quick. Don't want to be stuck down there. Grab a little. I just like sort of swaddle her around me so that she's still attached to me, and I still have both of my.
So she's
my
kind of
hands.
like swaddled at your hip.
Yes, exactly.
Wonderful.
And then I just kept her mouth available to breathe just in case that was a thing that she did. I don't know. I've never had a human.
You see
doll.
that
I mean,
she's just
not
like, it's
human,
almost
she's
like
not
this
human.
like stitched smile. She has 2 button eyes and almost this stitched smile.
Yikes. Hate it. I hate everything about it. Hate it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Bella? Are you afraid of your dad?
You just see this wave of confusion comes over Bella's face as she begins to nod yes, but then starts to nod no, and you just see almost like she is just overcome with this emotion where you would imagine tears coming to their eyes at this time. Nothing comes to her eyes as her face just kind of squinches up.
All right. You stay by me. This will end in some way, and that will be good because it'll be over. And that's a good thing.
You almost hear her when you say the words, "This'll be over," as if somehow a little bit more of her composure comes back. She nods.
All right. We need to find a way to him. Before we need to see if my friends need help.
Which way are you going? Going through the back door or are you going through the front door?
I'm going through the back door.
Wonderful. I will say, yeah, as you start to move to the back door, holding Bella's hand with doll Hannah swallowed at your side. At the same time, Braga, you are carrying Ryder
a bleeding
out.
king.
Yeah. How are you carrying him?
I'm by the scruff, like the Nate, like right by the I'm just like I'm just like, you are no good to us as fodder, and I like take him outside.
All right.
Yeah, like he's a kitten.
Did you set him down? How do you?
Yeah.
Okay, you just set him
Well,
down.
I thought Hannah was going to be out there, but I walk out and she's not there, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with them, and I see. Do I run into?
I will say, as soon as you land out there, Violet, you're turning the corner. You're
All
seeing
right, so I
Braga
see
and Ryder
Violet with a doll Hannah wrapped around in a swaddling thing,
and a little girl at her side.
and I go, I don't know what the fuck is happening right now, but this guy can't be in here anymore. And I set him down on the ground. We can't protect him and fight them and find her dad. And what is on your side?
Things got really weird really fast. This is Hannah.
Of course it's Hannah.
I know. All right. Do you need to go back out? I can wrap. I got a bunch of more material. I can wrap his arm
fix
up.
his arm, or what was an arm. And I look at him and I just kind of like shake my head. And I go back in the house. I don't know what she sees in you. And I walk back in the house. But
Ryder sits there. You don't see under his cloak, but his skin is becoming more and more pale as the blood just. There's a pool of blood leading from the kitchen now to the outside as he sits in this kind of collecting pool of blood.
I go back in and basically tag out D. I go in wherever she's standing. I take in her spot.
Okay. Well,
or try to. That's the goal.
You probably see
before you do that.
That's the goal.
Thank you so much, chat, for the tip of chaos.
Chat
D.
is our heel tonight, and I love it.
D, you immediately see Kira coming towards you with her oozing black, handless arm. As you try to dodge, you don't realize that Kira and Lola have started a combo together, as you are now sandwiched between two monarchs. As Kira pushes a fist towards you, you start to kind of dodge out of the way, but then immediately you feel two daggers pierce you in the back, kind of right at your kidneys, kind of on your back sides, as Lola sticks both of her daggers into your kidneys and pulls them out. D, you take 6 points of damage as you feel your internal organs start to go.
You little monarch bitches, you're gonna pay for that.
Do I walk in seeing that happen?
Yeah, Braga, you kind of walk in and almost like D, you dodge the fit, you dodge Kira's blow. You kind of look up at Braga, D, you make eye contact, and then you just see D almost go like, as she feels her back being pierced by two daggers.
Okay, I am just gonna try to with my axe pushing one and my hand pushing the other, knock them out of the way and grabbing D.
Roll me, I'm gonna say you're defying some danger. So roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Okay.
Because you're gonna get your friends.
Okay, that's a 7, and I don't have enough tokens. I think I only have one token.
You only
right
have
now.
one token.
So I'm
There's
not
no
gonna
more
use it.
second chances.
7 plus 1.
Yeah, well, it's an 8 and plus 1 making 9, so I'm still not gonna be able to make it. So I'll take a mixed success. So I'm just trying to get D away from them. So
yes.
if I can choose to take the damage myself, I will, but I'll let you control. But
That is what I'm going to give you. Yes, Braga, as you rush in to grab D, you're able to kind of get D in one arm, but unfortunately, Lola is there. Actually, no, sorry, apologies. Kira is the one closest to you, as Lola has now kind of sunk back and standing in the doorway behind D. Kira, the one lining up the punch towards D, is now beside you as you feel her handless arm covered in her kind of black, inky, oozing blood. You feel that go into your face.
Oh, God.
Right into your eye patch.
Oh, God.
As you now feel this kind of oozy, acidic, blood start to seep into your own skin.
Okay.
As you fight through the pain, you're able to grab D and kind of move. Are you trying to go outside, or are you trying to get
I'm trying to get, because Dee's really hurt right now, so I'm trying to get her out of the way of the battle so she can't get hurt more right now.
Wonderful. I will say, yeah, with almost a quick kind of movement, as you feel this pain, you're able to grab D, take a few steps, and now the two of you are standing in the kitchen with one downed monarch, one confused monarch, and 2 monarchs at the ready.
Okay, I'm using my body.
and Marigold's there too. So 5 monarchs are here.
I'm using my body as like a shield to protect D, and like with no regard for my own safety at this point.
Braga, as you feel this acidic black ooze seep into your past wounds, you start to take 3 points of damage.
Sure.
As you feel a searing pain in your eye that you have not felt since it was gouged out in battle.
Okay. I kind of like, once I like know like I have D far enough away that I can like kind of leave her safely behind, I come back around and now just like pure rage, I'm just start swinging my axe like at whatever I can.
Before you do that, Betty,
Hi.
you have just taken out, I'll say, you just sliced Marigold's tendons. And then you saw, immediately as you did that, you saw Braga take Ryder outside. And then you saw the whole commotion happen with D. So I will say your action kind of, in the timeline of things, takes place as Braga is rescuing D. What would you like to do? You see that Marigold is now furiously, almost her head turns like an animatronic, but you see that it starts to go over her shoulder in a very inhuman-like way. So while her body is facing this way like an owl, her head is now turned right over her left shoulder completely.
Does Marigold have a cape on or something?
No, she does not. The monarchs, no capes.
Silly girls. I want to run up to Marigold while she's doing her little twisty-turny thing, and I'm just trying to subdue, not destroy them. I take my own cape off, and I want to try to like tie her up and like talk to her.
Okay. Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Okay.
Second chance?
No second chances. Betty, you have 2 tokens.
Okay, that's a 3, 4, 5. I could get a 6. What's mixed success?
A 7.
I don't get +1 from light, do I? Since I'm using my cloak.
You're using your cloak, not your enchanted weapons.
Alrighty, that's a failsies. I roll a 4.
With a fail.
Yep. Rip.
As you start to take your cloak off and try to wrap it around Marigold, she just grabs it in one hand and grabs your throat in the other.
Oh, that's
as
my
she
only
starts
cloak.
to lift you up the ground, and you feel her hand, almost this human-like power coming from it, as it tightens around your neck, and you feel her hand constricting your throat tighter and tighter.
I do thieves can't for please help someone.
How are we close? Am I close to her?
Violet, I mean, as soon as you saw Braga rush in, did you follow? Did you check on Ryder? What are you doing?
I have been I've been trying to pack the wound so that he's not like just bleeding out.
I will say roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Oh God! My God! That's a 4. That's a 5. Fail.
Violet, what material were you using to pack his wound?
I packed Hannah from her little sling because I was panicked, and I tried to. So I put Hannah down, and then I tried to pack it.
Ooh, how I want to do this. I will do this.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, this cloth that you pulled was not the softest. It was a very kind of tough cotton. A very tough kind of, like that kind of that tartany kind of like sack bag cloth.
Waxed.
Yep. As you stuff it in Ryder's arm, you hear him screech out in pain because the wound has not been cauterized or anything, as you just keep pushing this material into his open wound. As you notice as well, the blood is just seeping into this cloth. This cloth is much more kind of brown and light, is now turning a bright red as Hannah lays on the ground next to you.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get someone more qualified. You lay right here. I'll be right back.
I'm going to lay down.
And then I just grab Hannah.
Are you gonna grab Hannah or are you gonna leave her there?
I was gonna grab her, but that's not the smartest thing to do. But that's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
So
You grab Hannah.
I grab Hannah
And carry her into the battle.
and I carry her into the battle.
Yep, you no longer have her strapped onto you. So you have one arm that can't do anything.
Yeah,
'Cause it's holding Hannah.
This was the choice I made. That was
Wonderful. As Ryder kind of lays on the ground, his eyes starting to close a bit, as he sees the Hannah doll, and for a moment, Hannah. As he lays back down onto the ground, holding his bleeding wound. Violet, as you enter the home, the sight before you is something to be seen. You see that Marigold is now choking out Betty. Danny, the monarch, is passed out on the ground. Midge, the monarch, still standing in confusion, almost in the back left corner of the living room, just watching whatever's happening, not knowing which side to take. Braga, who has an axe and D in one arm and her hand on her eye in the other, is screeching in pain as you see D, who's been kind of pushed back to where you are. You see 2 big wounds, and D is bleeding out of kind of her kidneys as you see her standing there as well.
Who's around D right now? Anybody like
Braga.
And I would
of the
say
monarchs?
that where you are, it's kind of like here's Marigold and Betty, here's Braga and D, and then here are the other monarchs.
I'm kind of shielding D from the other monarchs.
Yeah.
I want to grab D. I want to pick her up and take her to the back porch with all the other wounded, so that maybe she can help both.
The
of
second
them.
I see Violet, I let D go to Violet. I let her go, hand her off, so that I can get back to killing.
D, are you gonna go back there?
Yeah.
Actually, I will say this. Violet, you look at D. D, you look at Violet, and you feel a combo coming on.
God. This is not going super good.
Oh, amazing.
Okay.
Give us a challenge. I'm here for it.
So I'm thinking that I see your back is injured, so I'm gonna scoop you up like a swing, I'm just gonna scoop you up like we're gonna travel this way, like this.
Are you holding the Hannah between in your hands?
But before that, I'm gonna throw the Hannah doll up in the air to D to catch.
All right. And I snatch it out of the air as you scoop me up.
Scoop.
And then
And then we're gonna just boulder into the house to the back porch.
yes, and on our way out, I reach behind and I don't have that kind of magic. Oh, I would like to. Oh, I know. I still have my scimitar.
You
in
do.
hand. My shield is broken, but I take my shield and I try to catch some ambient light in the room, or the light off of Braga's axe, and I shine it into, let's say, Marigold's axe.
I will say that, yes.
Who, yeah.
I will say because this is an auto success, you were able to do that. So
Yay.
And this is a new move for us, but we knew the name as if it were destined.
Yes.
And the name is Hand Over Axe. Is exactly what it's
Because
called.
the hand, you
Yeah,
hand
the
over
hand
the
over axe.
hand,
Oh,
and then
hand over axe.
and
Yes.
I heard ASS, not AXE,
Yeah.
but
One of them definitely said ass.
over ass.
I might have said ass. But hand over axe. Yeah, that's right.
wonderful with the hand over axe. Yes, as a D, you're able to not only get onto the back porch where you're seeing Ryder kind of writhe in pain. You were able to flash some light reflecting off of Braga's still enchanted axe. As it flashed into the eyes of Marigold, Marigold, now stunned, releases her left hand around Betty's throat, her right hand holding Betty's cloak, as she stumbles backwards and falls into the broken table.
hey guys, should we? This really is not going super well. Should we just set this house on fire? That's my new idea. I have some. That's my new idea, and I might do that if you guys go outside. But up to you. I don't know. Or should we save our souls? I'm just throwing out ideas.
We're gone. Yeah, we're gone.
Yeah.
Us two are gone.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was planning on cutting off Marigold's arm, but now that she's been shined in the eyes, I switch over to Kira and I go to take her other arm, the one that's so she can't be casting spells or shooting arrows or anything.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
All right.
You got this.
Betty contemplates setting the house on fire by herself.
Like always.
Is this worth it?
Okay, so that is a 7 plus 4 is 11.
Cool.
With an 11, so yeah, describe to me this. Is it just like an immediate slice down?
Yeah,
on Kira's arm?
nothing finessey to it because I basically switched targets mid-flight. Like I saw the light hit Marigold, and I saw her let go of Betty, so then I kind of was like, okay, and then I went this way instead. Yeah.
Immediately, you take down your axe and you slice Marigold's, or
No,
sorry,
Lola's,
Kira.
yeah. Kira.
There's 5 of them. I have 5 NPCs I'm controlling at the same time, and more. You cut off Kira's other arm, and now so she is her right hand is gone and her left arm is gone. As you just see more and more of this sawdust stuffing and black inky kind of ooze falling out of her limbs. As she lets out another screech in pain and she starts to double over. This catches the attention of Midge for a second, who is still confused by what Dee has said to her, as Midge starts to now actually go over to Danny on the ground, who is still passed out, as Midge just sits there and puts Danny's head on her lap.
I want to get personal with friggin' Marigold. Because I want to try to talk some sense. I want to try to do what Dee did.
Roll me 2d6 plus hard.
I'm not very good at it though, so we'll see how this goes.
You got it.
Okay, it's a 5, 6. I have 2 tokens. I'll use 1 to make it a 7.
All right.
Mixed success.
A mixed success. Okay. As you approach Marigold, she's holding her eyes and kind of almost in the bed of this smashed table and chairs beneath her.
Marigold, listen to me. I know you tried to choke me out, and that was super not cool of you. But you have to remember who you were. Remember your family. You told us that really sad story. Like, you've lost people. You don't want to kill us. The one who's controlling you is making more people lose family members and friends and loved ones. You can't do this.
Help. You hear another help escape from her lips as she simply, because it was a mixed success. Similar to Midge, she's not necessarily going to help you, but she also is not necessarily compelled to keep attacking you. She almost just sits there, starting to curl up into a ball, her head in her hands, as she sits in the wreckage. Immediately you hear Lola in the doorway let out a yell as she starts to charge. And then you see her stop. You see her something kind of shoot her up for a moment and then stop. As her body kind of falls to the ground, and you see that there's now these kind of 2 holes that almost go from her back to her chest as she lays down. And standing in the doorway is a woman in kind of a light brown dress with these kind of beautiful green and golden accents, and she almost has these kind of golden markings around her face too. She stands there with kind of these light pink curls on her hair, holding a staff. Where is Coppelius?
We would like to know.
You were looking for him also. He just poofed away a second ago.
As she takes her staff, you see these roots almost shoot out from this kind of wrapped, oaky, forked wooden staff of hers. These roots shoot out from the fork. They pierce Lola on the ground like a fork, and she pulls her out and tosses her outside.
Thank you.
I mean, they've been out. They'll just come back inside. But
Yeah, they tend to do it a lot.
who are you?
My name is Hilda.
Okay, you gonna help?
Yes. Are you trying to stop Professor Coppelius?
We're doing our best.
Yeah.
Then I will help you.
Yep. Okay, sounds good. Got a lot of injured people roll around in the alleyway back there. 2 of us are trying to keep it together. We're trying to talk some sense into these are souls trapped in puppet bodies. It's a real long story, but try not to kill them completely. Just kind of subdue them.
They can't help it. He did something to them.
I understand. I know exactly what he did. We cut to outside. Where Violet, you've just kind of brought D out.
Okay, T. As you can see, this I totally messed up the pack and the wound situation with him. Can you heal yourself?
Yeah, I think so. How many cures do I have for this?
I will say this. We did reach 500. Thank you all so much. Violet, you feel a tug at your kind of waist armor again as Bella raises her hand to her lips and she starts to enter her own home. Do you try and stop her?
No.
Almost amidst the chaos, as Betty is trying to convince Marigold to stop as this new individual has now showed up and forked Lola in the doorway, Bella simply makes her way through the kitchen untouched, unharmed, and unnoticed. She finds a cabinet to the bottom right. She opens it up. She pulls out a box, this beautiful oak box with this kind of gold decoration on it. She opens it up, and there are these two beautiful crystalline like orbs that have 2 potions in them. She carries both of them in her tiny little kid arms, and she makes her way, once again, unseen, unharmed, back out the doorway into the back porch. She holds both of them.
Oh, well done, you angel. I just want to... Both of these are safe. I trust her.
Okay.
And I just want to give one to D.
I drink it.
D, as you drink it, you feel kind of these wounds in the back start to stop bleeding and almost begin to heal. Not completely, but you feel mostly the pain go away. There's no more pain distracting you as you are healed back for 4 points.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
And now I would just want to open Ryder's mouth and just pour it into his mouth.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Let me use
Actually, I'm
this.
going to say 2d6 plus heart.
Can I help, actually?
Yes, roll me 2d6 plus your violet bond.
Oh, actually, I have, but can I,
Yeah.
I have cure critical wounds. So if there's any way, maybe you can help me with the potions and I can do the curing. Cure critical
Yeah.
wounds on him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so I help you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll that violet bond.
So yeah, so roll your D bond.
D.
D-bond.
Ooh.
Nice.
Great. So
De
that's a
bond,
natural
de
12. So 13.
Wonderful, you get a +2 to this roll.
Brilliant. Wow. Okay. And so now I'll roll for cure critical wounds.
Because they're critical, I'm going to say it's plus skill.
Oh. GM-ily
You get +2.
That's true.
Yes.
So it's +3. Oh, I needed that. That's 8. Any tokens?
You have 2 tokens.
I'm going to use them both.
Actually, yes, you have 2 tokens.
Oh, wait. No, sorry. Do I need to?
Is that that's an 8?
This is 5.
Oh, yeah.
Plus 3.
Uh-huh.
So 8 and then plus 2 tokens is 10.
Wonderful.
Oh, and then it says heal an ally you touch of 3d8 damage.
Wonderful. So as you touch Ryder, you're touching him on his arm.
And I take, and as you pour the potions.
Do I need to if she can heal him? Do I need to use this?
You can hold on to it.
Yeah, I'm keeping it. And I just want to point to Hannah, by the way. I just want to be like,
Hannah the doll?
yeah.
It's a motionless doll. The doll does not blink. The doll does not say anything. It's just a button-eyed doll that just smiles.
I meant to Bella. Like, would this work?
Oh, you meant to... Okay. Bella just goes...
Yeah.
Nah. Save that.
As you put your arm on Ryder, the bleeding stops, and the wound almost starts to magically cauterize as you start to kind of heal it and stop it. You start to see some color return back to his skin as his shallow breathing is now kind of returned somewhat back to normal. Thank you, G.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem.
What's happening in there? Is everyone all right?
Well, we should probably somehow help them because, yeah, it wasn't looking good when we left. But
I can still fight.
no, we don't want to lose the Lost King.
You should stay with Bella.
Oh, I don't think we've met.
Hi.
Are you the friend that we were coming to rescue?
Yes.
Wonderful. I'm glad that we rescued you.
Thank you for your
I
effort.
don't know.
And I think you should stay with Bella and Hannah, who is now a doll. And I think she needs protection.
Wait,
Hannah's a
a doll?
Yes, also, yes, this
That's
happened.
Hannah?
Yes, and so there's some dark magic at this house. And Bella, she's wonderful. And she's scared. And these two precious creatures need to be taken care of while we fight. Can you do that?
Yes, I can.
All right. Let's go.
Can I do one more thing before we
Sure.
leave? I have an advanced move called Invigorate, where I can, when I heal someone, they take +2 forward to their damage. Can I retroactively give that to him?
I will say because it was a critical wound, he can't really be super invigorated as it was like a really nasty wound.
Okay. Fine.
So Violet and Dee, you head back inside the house.
Yes.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to start that second poll now, so please get active in the chat as the second poll will start. Inside the home, yes, Betty, you've just finished talking some sense into Marigold, who now sits in just a nest of broken table and chairs, confused. Midge is now gently stroking passed out Danny's hair as her head rests on her lap. Kira has now slid down the wall, these two almost like one big inky black sludge line following her now chopped off left arm as she sits against the fireplace. And Lola lies currently motionless in the street behind Hilda.
I want to get situated.
Roll me 2d6 plus your canny.
Okay, and then I get a +1 for seeing red because I'm in combat right now.
All right.
Which doesn't really matter because I have a 5 total. Do I have any tokens?
Braga, you have 2 tokens.
There you go.
Okay, so I'll spend those 2 to make it a 7, so I get to
Okay.
ask one question.
Yes.
And it's not one of the ones on the list, but here's what I want to ask. Because
improvise,
in the
yes.
middle of us fighting, a little girl just walked into the house and grabbed stuff and walked back out again. What did all the monarchs do when she did that? Were they like watching? Did they react to her
Nobody
at all?
noticed her.
So they didn't like have any deference to her or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
You are their prime targets right now.
Okay. It's okay. I had a plan in my head, but that won't work. Okay. All right.
Is the battle over basically? Like, no, everyone's incapacitated except for
Just about, yeah. The battle for now seems to be on pause unless
Cool.
Lola picks herself up or perhaps Midge and Danny come too. Marigold as well. Kira still trying to figure out what her next action will be.
I'm not usually one. Betty's not usually one for speeches, but I'm gonna try to get personal with all of them to try to like give a little, hey, get your shit together. To get
Roll
them-
me 2d6 plus heart.
Okay.
Can I help with just moral support?
Yeah, roll me 2d6 plus your Betty
Yay.
bond.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have I have one token. Or did I use it? Rip.
I love you. I'm sorry.
You do it to me.
Is it plus anything? Is it? Oh, plus bond.
Yeah.
Yes, plus your Betty bond.
It's a 6.
You get a -1 on this.
Cool.
So sorry.
As I'm about to make my speech, I hear Dee's very good speeches in the back of my head. I'm like, how can I ever be that good? Okay, and it's heart, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. Heart is 1, so that's 7. I have 7. I have 1 token.
There are 2 second chances. There's 2 second chances.
I think you can go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
This needs to
You
be a
roll
good
really
Is it still a
much.
-1 or no?
I will say no. The desperation helped out with the first roll.
Yay. Okay. It's 5, and I can't use tokens, so That's a 5. I don't think I fail that.
Wait,
So describe-
plus one, right? Also, it's still 6. Okay, never mind.
Or 6. Yeah, sorry, 6.
I'm so sorry.
So describe to me
terrible
how
advice.
at first you goof and then you goof again.
I start before I start talking. I do think about Dee's really good speeches and how she's always able to motivate people to get them to feel better or to do more. And I just suddenly I blank because I'm trying to think of my own words about this situation, which is really very complicated. So I'm quiet for like a little too long. I'm going, and then I just okay. Let me try again. You 5 suck so bad, and you just gotta get it together. You gotta get it together and not listen to the crazy old man. I don't know what. I'm gonna set the house on fire. This is stupid. I take out my fire brandy. Braga.
What are we doing now?
I don't know. I was gonna set the house on fire. Maybe they all die, and I wouldn't worry about this anymore.
It's not the worst idea I've ever heard. Am I in the room now?
Neighbors.
you are in the room.
We
now.
have to protect other. These are attached to other houses. We can't burn down this neighborhood.
Okay. All right. Good
We
point.
We have to draw him out.
Okay.
He's
do
our
you-
enemy.
How do you propose we do that?
I don't want to suggest it, but there's only one thing Harry cares about.
What? Are you talking about her? As you look outside, and you have now left Hannah, Bella, and Ryder, Ryder has a knife pointed towards Professor Coppelius. Coppelius has a knife pointed at Ryder.
Literally the one thing. We could not let him get killed, and this is goodness. Just, ugh.
I'll give you a choice. Your friend or the Lost King.
Can I run towards him as fast as I can with my sword?
You can try.
Okay.
Is this plus?
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Oh. No.
Reroll it, reroll it.
But
Second
5, 6. Do I have any tokens? I mean, I'm sorry. That's 7, 8. Do I have any tokens?
Violet, you have 2 tokens.
Oh yes!
Thank you, Sogan.
Thank you, tokens. Thank you, tokens.
Violet, who are you aiming for?
I'm aiming for the. I can't remember. I can't pronounce his name. Coppelius. I'm aiming for Coppelius.
Wonderful. As you charge your sword towards him, he stands there. I'll make the choice for you then. As almost in an instant, as your sword pierces him, you cut off his left hand, holding Hannah, the doll. As the doll in Coppelius' hand falls to the ground. But almost as soon as you pierce your sword through his hand, you hear another noise. Ugh! And you look down, and Coppelius has taken his right arm and pierced a sword through Ryder's heart. He withdraws the sword. You really want to do this?
No, we didn't. We tried to stop you at the beginning of this.
Well, let's go somewhere interesting, shall we? As you see him disappear with Bella in a puff of smoke.
Are we supposed to try to follow them? What does that mean?
Guys, I'll try to check. I run over to check on Ryder. Is there any way to save him?
D, what can you do?
I follow.
Ryder is fading fast as he lays there.
D, is there anything you can do?
I try. I'm gonna try to cure. Yeah. Again, try.
I will
another
say
healing
that
spell.
you get one kind of intense wounds a day, so you can try and cure his regular wounds.
Moderate wounds.
Moderate wounds.
Okay, I'll do that.
Do we still have the extra potion too, or
You do.
Oh, yeah. Got it right here. Got it right here.
double it
So
up?
pour that. Yeah, pour that in. No.
Does it stack? Does it stack?
Can it? Does it stack? I mean, if I roll bad, I roll bad.
I will say this. You pour the potion into his mouth, and he swallows half of it, but you see the liquid start to go down his lips.
Oh no.
As you start to see the hole in his chest, It's not stopping. It's expanding.
Oh,
Like
'cause he
the
has that-
cursed, because like the
Yeah,
cursed
the cursed
weapons
weapons.
did. So you see the wound continue to open and open until now he has a gaping hole in the heart of his chest. His heart now being somewhat exposed.
Okay, I'm gonna try to cure moderate wounds on him.
Why doesn't he wear armor?
Armor. I can't believe. What am I rolling?
Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Okay. Okay. That's an 8. Any tokens?
No.
That's an 8.
With an 8, you are able to pause the wound from spreading at the moment. That's all you can do, but now you see his heart is exposed. As the skin turns even more white, his eyes start to flutter, so you have a few moments left with Ryder.
Hey, Hilda, do you know any healing? Hilda? Remember Hilda?
You see this tall woman kind of emerge from the inside of the home. I'm afraid I'm not a cleric. I'm simply a druid.
God damn it.
I can help with trees.
Great, awesome. I have no idea who this is, but
None of us do. She just showed
I'm
up.
here to stop Professor Coppelius as well.
good.
We're all doing a great job.
How about you stop him from murdering this guy? I don't know that we can do that, but that would be a thing to do.
I can't stop death. Apologies.
I think we need to call it, guys. I think we need to help him not be in pain and let him die. Oh God! Everybody dies. This is just his time.
But then we're letting that god win again.
Do you feel your hands keeping Ryder's wounds at bay as his eyes look up at yours and you connect with him?
I was supposed to kill you. But that's dumb. Honestly. I hate that this has happened to you.
D. I was supposed to help someone. That is what was foretold of me. That 5 of us would gather in a fellowship and assist the one with gold to stop the end of the world. D, you see his hand shakily come up and kind of put a hand on your shoulder. If I can't do this, you must fill my role for me. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Thank you. She feels his hands start to loosen. I'm sorry I don't get to say goodbye to Hannah.
I pick up the little doll of Hannah on the floor and put it like put his little arm around it.
Yeah.
So it's like he's hugging it.
The army still has.
Yeah. This is technically Hannah.
Hannah, I must say, I'm sorry we didn't get to do that thing after dinner that you wanted to do.
It was sex.
I know.
Okay.
I wish I could have had one more dinner with you, Hannah. Just one more. As you see him slip into death.
The lost king has fallen.
D. Suddenly, a symbol appears on your other hand. Not the arm that has been originally marked with Narigoth, but the other one. A symbol appears similarly to an hourglass. The same symbol that has appeared on Hannah, Betty, and Braga as well. As on your other hand, where the mark of Narigoth once was, you almost see these purple runes disappear into the mist. As your pact and your promise has now been fulfilled.
New lady, I'm so sorry. What did you say?
Hilda.
Hilda. Yes. Can I get personal with you for a second?
Yes. I'll say you just do this.
Oh, great.
This has been very, very... I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I didn't know him well, but he seemed to be meaningful to my friends.
Hannah wanted to bang him.
And that's typical. Is there anything that you know that could be helpful to us in defeating him?
Professor Coppelius.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I know that he's been killing people.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing some kind of malicious thing, especially to that daughter of his. No one believed me. No one believed me, but when he took away my fiancé, that's when things got very personal. So I came after him today with the intention to kill him, but if he has left here, there's only one place in town where he would believe that he would be safe.
Where?
Atop Strydas' castle, the home of the MAUR. It is the highest point in all of the town. If he wanted to stay safe, he would stay up there.
All right. Should we go?
Yeah.
What's to stop him from vanishing again the second we find him up there, though?
We just gotta get the Chaosium out of his hands before that happens.
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
And Bella.
Yeah. We have to destroy it. The Chaosium.
We need to summon the whole MAUR. They have to know what's happening in this city.
Oh, you're working with the MAUR.
We're not really, sort of.
Oh,
It's extremely complicated
Yeah,
relationship.
they don't really like it. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you said
Political.
you needed to summon them.
It's their castle. They have swords. I don't know.
Yes.
Just trying to use the power for our benefit.
My fiancé, he was an inquisitor there. I know how to contact them. I have his token with me, so I will head there and I will alert them and we will start searching.
Braga, what do you think? You think this is a good idea?
I don't know. I feel like every time we get close to this guy, he just pulls away from us again. Every time we think we've got him, something happens like this or whatever.
If you were going to come up with a strategy right now, what do you think? What would you do?
I don't know, Violet. I'm not good at this kind of stuff. I just know that. I know we have to go get him. What's the strategy? Let's get up there and kill him.
All right,
Well-
that works for me.
We need the Chaosium. We need... He obviously values his daughter more than he values anything else.
The monarchs are still alive and potentially
Oh, yeah, they're still
able
kicking.
to be sent our way.
Now, why didn't we try to get that cleric to heal this guy?
She was a...
What cleric?
She was a druid.
Oh.
Trees.
Oh, Hilda?
I'm still here.
No, I
Do you need
meant
me to go?
Kira.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't think she was in her best place, best self. So, yeah.
If I go talk to the Grand Bishop, there may be a way that we can set up an entire barrier around the castle. It will take all of the MAUR's magical resources, but we can keep him from leaving it, if that will do you any help.
Yeah, that would be really helpful.
Wonderful.
I do have a good feeling about you.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know. I need to know you won't betray us.
If you want his head on a pike, I will give you everything you need to make sure that happens. I lost something great, and he will pay for it.
All right, that reads like rage to me, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I speak rage. That sounds like rage.
So, Violet, what about that weird ghost girl? What's going on? What's her deal? Are we...
She's scared and she's alone, and
She's dead.
she's dead.
He's been keeping
Is she
her
still
alive.
here?
No, he
Okay.
took her.
Sorry.
Would it be real terrible for us to put her to rest? Is that murder? Are we killing little girls? Or she's already dead? It's not...
She wants this to be over.
He's keeping her alive. It's torture.
She
It
wants it to
can't
be
be
over.
a pleasant
wants to rest.
experience for her.
So the plan is to... Well, the Chaosium's keeping her alive, so if we destroy that, she's probably gonna pass.
Yeah.
There'll be peace in that.
And we're going to help you.
Okay.
And you hear from inside the house, the monarchs. You see Danny coming out holding her head, Midge carrying Marigold, Kira and Lola kind of resting on each other as well.
Sorry.
No. Danny steps forward. No, I understand. I understand. You did something to him when you hit him. And now he's focusing all of that Chaosium's energy on him and his daughter. So his hold on us has lifted for now, but yes, we are going to help you stop him. Even though I don't know what's going to happen to us once he's gone. I and my monarchs will die with honor protecting this town because that is what I do. So we will help you stop him. Will you accept our help?
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all know what it's like to have someone try to force you to be something you're not, and we all know what it's like to fight against that. So anyone who does that is all right in our book.
Wonderful. Well, let's make our way there.
Hilda, do you know if the MAUR do they have any sort of levitation abilities, like even temporary, something that help us get to the top of that tower before he escapes? Because maybe we can find a way to flank him without him knowing it.
I can help you with that.
Oh.
What? There's trees here.
Oh, yeah, excellent point.
Yeah, Druid, you just said the trees.
Yeah,
About the
trees.
trees already. Yep.
All right, great.
Let's go.
Is that the plan?
Let's treat up.
Yeah, if
Okay.
Braga says it's the plan, it's the plan. Yeah. So let's do it.
Wonderful. Let us make our way there. As you see Hilda pull out this compass-like necklace, and she speaks into it, and it starts to glow this light green. You suddenly hear the bells and horns of Strydas go off. As in the distance you see Strydas Castle, the home of the MAUR. Suddenly, this green light bubble encases it. We cut to the top of Strydas' tower. Standing there with one arm tucked into his coat is Professor Coppelius. And sitting there, shaking, staring at him, is his daughter. I'm doing this all for you. Why don't you just realize this? If I could have saved your mother, you know I would have. Bella. As he sinks to his knees. You are all I have left in this world, Bella. If you're not here, then I'm not here. Someone offered me to keep you, and I want to give you a life. I want to give you the life that you deserve. Why don't you understand that? Why did you have to get their help? Why did you bring her into our home? Do you want to die? As you see Bella stand up, just standing there over her father, where suddenly the ground starts to shake near Strydas' castle. Professor Coppelius feels it on top of the tower, and his daughter Bella starts to shake as well. As suddenly springing up from the ground, a mighty oak shooting up alongside of the tower, and on one of its branches a platform holding Violet, Betty, Braga, Danny, Marigold, Lola, Kira, and Midge. as it matches onto the platform. You see Coppelius grab the Chaosium from his coat and focus and say, I'll just keep disappearing, you fools. As he stands there and you see him focus and nothing. You see him focus again and nothing. What have you done?
Violet, do you think you can call over Bella away from her father?
I think so. If we can get them, I'll give it a try.
It doesn't feel good, does it, Professor? I'm trying to distract him while you're doing
Great,
this.
I love that.
It doesn't feel good, does it, Professor, to feel like your destiny is being controlled by others.
He looks around and he notices the green barrier for the first time shimmering above him.
While he's looking around, I just want to do this to Bella.
You see her nod.
It doesn't feel good to be a puppet, does it, Coppelius?
So you're working with the MAUR now? You think you can stop me? I have this! And you see him hold out the Chaosium and it's just seeping in this necrotic energy.
I want to try to well, you can resolve your thing first, but I just want to try to throw a dagger at his arm to make him drop it.
Yeah, I love that. That's exactly what I was thinking. I think as I try to do this over to her, I think that's the perfect time.
Bella starts to make her way over towards you. Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
What about Kenny, though?
I'll say Canny because it's your quick thinking.
I don't think it matters.
Well, with Kenny, that's a 11, 12, 13, 14.
Cool. With a 14, describe to me how you throw. Describe to me this. You just to his arm.
So while he's been talking, I've been kind of putting my super good cloak that I still have over my right arm and just getting it ready. And then as he's kind of screaming about, puppets or whatever, I quickly lift it and just throw it straight at his wrist. It knocks him right on the outside of edge of his wrist that's holding the Chaosium as he's monologuing, which you should never do, bad guys. And it also, I want to hit an artery. I mean, I rolled pretty good. Does it hit an artery?
It does hit an artery.
Is he bleeding profusely?
He's bleeding.
Yes.
Good.
And he drops the Chaosium.
He drops the Chaosium, and the Chaosium hits the ground, and you see as it hits, this crack develops in one of its eyes. As you see almost this kind of burp of gray, terrifying, magical energy almost seep out of him, and you hear all 5 monarchs from behind you yell out in pain as they kind of hunch over, feeling the pain of the Chaosium breaking. The knife sits on the ground. Bella, heading towards you, sees the knife. She turns to you, and she shakes her head no. As you see Bella walk over and pick up the knife. Coppelius, now with no hands, both arms tucked into his coat. Yes, Bella, yes. Yes, come to me, Bella, yes. You know that they are your enemy. Yes, bring me that dagger. Bring me the Chaosium, Bella.
Bella, do you want this to be over, Bella? It's been so long and so hard, Bella. And it doesn't have to
Bella,
be this
don't
way.
listen to her.
Is that dagger still lit from the spell?
It is.
Okay, I shout, Bella, you can end this right now with that. You can free yourself. You can free your father from what it's doing to him.
Bella walks over. Yes. As she turns and faces you all in front of her father, holding the dagger. Yes, see, this is all I wanted. My daughter will live, and she will live. You fools think I'm an idiot where all I want is the best for... As you see this blood start to pour out of his mouth, as Bella has turned around and stabbed her father in the stomach. As he starts to sink to the ground, she takes the knife and continues to stab him in the chest.
No.
Almost methodically.
I'm going to try to hit the Chaosium with the light axe while she's doing that to kind of put an end to that, because that's disturbing as hell to watch. And I'm like, nope. This thing isn't scaring me anymore. I'm just damn.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
And I think I know Braga's going to take care of the Chaosium. This is so upsetting to me because this is my dagger and this is a child murdering her father. I just want to go over to them and I I want to make Bella stop stabbing her father.
So I rolled 9, and then I have 1 token left.
Braga, you have 0 tokens.
Okay, so
Actually, wait, I think everybody just got a token.
Hey!
So,
No.
and our total is sitting at 666. I don't like that.
Cast it.
Okay,
So,
well, I'm
yes,
gonna use that
Braga,
token.
you have
so,
a token.
So that makes it a 10.
Wonderful.
So I just kind of come down. I kind of just say out loud like nope, and then right down on the skull with the thing.
You come down right on the Chaosium, and you land a perfect crack in it. It needs one more hit, though, to truly bust this thing.
Okay.
Betty, you would like to pull Bella away from her father.
Yeah,
Roll me 2d6 plus hearts.
That's
Reroll?
a 5 or 5.
There is 1 second chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go for
I
it.
take it.
Yeah.
8, 9. I have 1 token. 10.
Yay.
We can't use tokens on second chances.
Oh right,
Okay.
9.
Nine,
Niner.
okay.
Sorry,
With a 9.
sorry to be that person.
With a 9.
Rolls.
Tell me how you want to stop Bella.
I run over, and I just like, grab the hand that she's stabbing with, and I just hold it up, and I go, "Hey, I know you want this to end, but we can take care of it. Let the adults take care of it." And I just want to scoot her like a little bit away.
I'll say she's still holding the knife up, but yes, she allows you to
like,
move her.
Pivot her.
As she stands there, you look at her face, and on a normal person, you would see tears, but you just see almost her dry face weeping. Braga, as you brought your axe down on that Chaosium, Professor Coppelius on the ground let out a howl as this gray seeped from his body. You see Bella start to drop the knife as she just stands there. The monarchs wail out in pain again as Marigold, Kira, Midge, Lola, and Danny are now face down on the ground, pulling themselves towards you. What would you like to do?
I'd like to step up to where Braga is near the Chaosium. Let's do this. One last hit.
Do you want to do the honors?
Yeah.
Before they hit, I want to try to hold on to Lola's hand.
Oh, Bella's hand? Or Lola?
Lola.
Lola. You go over to Lola, and you see her on the ground. She still has this wound on the back of her head and the 2 wounds on her back. Her and Kira have been the worst out of the monarchs still holding on. For a moment, you grab her hand, and she looks up at you.
It's okay. You did the best you could.
Betty, I'm honored.
You saved
be-
the world.
You are going to, too. Betty, I'm just happy I got to be like you. As she holds your hand even tighter.
Maybe we should let them do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Monarchs.
I take the axe from D, and I kind of like put it out and I hand it towards Midge.
To Midge. Midge picks it up. Are you sure?
It's your destiny. Do what you want with it.
Thank you, Braga.
And she kills us.
As you see Midge pick up the Chaosium and bring it onto the platform near her. Lola, holding one of your hands, shakily puts her other hand on Midge's hand on the axe. As Kira, without an arm or a hand, simply rests her head and her shoulder on Midge's body. Marigold also puts a hand on top of Midge's. And finally, Danny puts her hand up. Danny looks at you all. I wish Hannah was here so I could say I'm sorry.
I just hold her out a little bit, just in case she can see.
The doll.
Yeah.
We'll tell her a lot, 'cause she'll be really happy to hear about it.
We're really honored to have known you all.
We're honored to have been you all. I don't know who I am or what soul is inside of me, but you truly are something, Rat Queens. Something special.
Go be with your families.
We will. Thank you. As you see the monarchs raise the axe in the air, as they bring it down on top of the Chaosium. The axe completes the crack that Braga had started, as the Chaosium splits in two. The gray energy of Arius escaping into the sky. As Professor Coppelius, you see this gray start to leave his body as he lays there. You look over and you see Bella. As she stands there, she turns to you, Betty and Violet. And as you see almost her skin start to turn to dust and decay away, for the first time she speaks. Thank you, Rat Queens. As you see her fall on the ground next to her father, as her body catches up to its decomposition. And then you look and you see the monarchs. They all stand there for a second, confused as to what has happened. And then you start to see their bodies, almost these butterflies, start to come out of them as they sit there and this light washes over them. As one by one, these monarch butterflies melt away. They all sit there, and once faces of fear and terror and the unknown, simply serenity, calm and joy, as they know and understand that they helped you protect their town. The thing that they were designed to do. And you watch as this beautiful flock, this beautiful herd of monarch butterflies, as Kira, Lola, Midge, Marigold, and Danny turn into light and disappear, flying off into the sunset. Butterflies, once again. The four of you pick up Professor Coppelius and his daughter and put them on the tree druid platform that Hilda had constructed for you. As you feel the platform begin to lower onto the ground. Standing at the bottom waiting for you is not only Hilda, but Tifa, Claude, and the Grand Bishop, and Maud. The Grand Bishop holds out her hands and releases them as soon as you've touched the ground, and you see that the green bubble encasing Strydas' castle dissipates. I see that you have taken care of it.
Yes. Yes, it's done.
Thank you.
It wasn't us.
What do you mean?
The monarch saved Strydas.
Was it? I'm gonna just say it was a team effort.
Monarchs and the Rat Queens.
And the Rat Queens, yeah. But it was both, yeah.
Okay, fine. I was trying to be
For 30, yeah. That's
we
incredibly generous.
We
Yeah.
helped a lot.
I take it that those butterflies I saw were them?
Yeah.
It's a long story.
Oh my gosh, guys, I just realized. We sort of killed he's kind of dead, Capellius, and we didn't figure out how to get Hannah back to human format.
Oh, give her here.
Oh, okay.
As you put Hannah in the Grand Bishop's hand, she motions to Tifa to search Capellius's body. Tifa opens up his vest and pulls out a pin, a needle. Yes, I believe that is it. Tifa gives the needle hands the needle to the Grand Bishop. The Grand Bishop holds the needle up to the Hannah doll. I'm afraid this might hurt your friend a bit.
Well, we'll never hear the end of that. But please.
Oh, she's tough, yeah. Go ahead and poke her.
And as soon as the needle comes down on Hannah's doll-like form, suddenly, in this bolt of kind of navy blue electrical magical energy, you see Hannah standing there in full form with tears in her eyes.
Are you all right?
Yeah. I saw everything.
I'm so sorry about Ryder.
I mean, prophecies? Why should I be flirting with someone that we're destined to kill? Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's just bad news.
Hurts
I
all
walk
the
over
same.
to hug her.
Hannah braces back, and you hug her, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
We tried to save him. All of us did.
I know.
It seems like what Ariu said is true, that we can't escape. We specifically knew that we might kill him, and we specifically went out to not do that, and then we ended up doing it anyway.
Well, I will say, you didn't, right?
Yeah.
So he died, and it was sad, but it wasn't. We didn't give power to the prophecy. And that's something to be proud of.
And I would protect you over him any day of the week. No one out of us, we matter. I will never let somebody else come before one of you. You're my family. He gave us a choice and we took it. And I'm not going to regret that ever.
You're all my family, too. I know we fight a lot, but we don't get along. And maybe perhaps some of us felt intimidated by seeing the better versions of ourselves, but...
Mm-hmm, that's you, yep.
Oh, that can't just be me.
It was primarily, but
you the loudest.
I do think that's a universal theme.
Yeah, we did.
Thematic things happening.
Look, our family is not perfect. It's imperfect, but that's who we are. And I wouldn't want us to be perfect like that. I want us to be us.
Yeah, we'd be really, really boring if we were perfect.
Yeah.
Can you imagine listening to all that spoken word all the time?
No.
Yeah, but we could hear more of it. Like, you should read us your poetry more.
Maybe that's a good point. Maybe we should take what we've learned from the monarchs, the parts that we really admire and wish maybe we're a little jealous of, and try to implement them in our own lives and in our friendships. And if we can't, well, who cares? But we'll have tried.
Yeah, we'll follow your lead on that.
Yep, you go first.
Perfect. Yeah, I will work on it. I'll work on it. And I think the biggest thing for me would be humility. Following a little bit more, because I typically am not that humble. I explain my strengths, and then I fail to rise to the occasion a lot of the time. So I, without further ado, and as Tifa and everyone's still here.
They're all just kind of, they're all listening, and you've all kind of been a huddle for a little bit, but there's still ears, dragonborn ears, and human ears, hopefully just perking up.
Without further ado, I am going to, in an official capacity, which is the capacity that it's happening at the moment, I want to be a rat queen forever. But I am resigning as your leader. And that's the truth of it.
Hey, can I, while we're all speaking Archers, also say something?
Yes.
And the reason I'm laughing is because you guys just said that we're a family.
Yeah.
And in a family, maybe there's like a mom and a dad, but they don't have all say over everything. I never thought there was a leader, to be quite honest.
Yeah, we were just fucking with Hannah.
Me too. It was totally fucking with Hannah. Sorry if that got into your head.
It did. It actually got to me incredibly. Really, the pressure. I felt like a failure. Actually, I mean, I think the past.
Wait, have you really been upset about this? Was just the fucking with Hannah
It's
thing.
been really hard.
Yeah, I knew it was a joke.
No, come on.
No.
So
You didn't.
sometimes some of us take the lead, but we are not always the leader. Sometimes you guys don't know shit about getting into a sealed, chest, and I'm
Never.
the lead on that. And sometimes we need battle strategy, and then you're the lead. But there is no one leader. We're a family. We listen to each other.
Yeah.
We learn from each other, and we call each other out into this bullshit. That's what we really are.
I love it.
My actual family had a chief, and I was supposed to be the chief. My brother wanted to be the chief, and you know what he did? He killed my boyfriend over it, and he tried to kill me to be the chief. I don't want to be in that kind of family ever again. That's why I joined you, and that's why I fucking love all of you.
So you two, maybe
It's a huge relief.
you could stop with this leader jibber jab.
Yeah.
Huge relief to me. Also, I agree. I thought this the whole time. When I thought I was the leader, which it really is a pretty intense joke, but when I thought I was the leader, I tried to give you guys equal power. I just also felt like a failure. This is a huge relief.
Like transfer over a hug to Violet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Thank you.
I think you were a great leader.
A great pretend
Yes,
leader.
a great pretend leader.
What?
But like for reals, you are a great leader.
You are.
Oh, so are you.
And so were you.
So are you.
And so were you.
So are you.
And you're here too.
You're okay.
And so this
We love you,
this really
Hannah.
worked out.
Yeah.
It's egalitarian. We'll just be us.
So
I'm sorry I said all the bad stuff about not wanting to be your friend.
Ooh, harsh, Hannah. Did you guys have a fight again?
That's all right. It really is. I always know you want to be my friend. I'm sorry that I...
Violet, you're like my sister.
You're like my sister, too. Not if Barry were...
Oh, he's a piece of shit. No.
Yeah, okay, well, that's my brother, so don't talk about him like that. But, okay. I love you.
I love you too.
And you know what a family really needs to do to bond?
Drink.
Drink.
Drink!
Drink.
Oh, and get paid. I turn around.
yeah.
I like looking at the bishop. Hey, we would like to settle up whatever we're. Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna, yeah.
And we would like a hot popcorn machine, please.
Hot corn. Oh, Violet, you gotta try the hot corn.
We need it.
Violet, you gotta try this hot corn. It's so good. Hot corn. Tifa loves it.
Your captain, the captain that brought you here. Mona. She has been waiting in the port, as she was contracted by us to bring you here. She has also been contracted by us to return you to Palisade. So I will say yes, enjoy your night, and you will be taken back to Palisade, and we will provide you with a hot corn cart, if that is what you so desire.
Yes.
We've also covered all compensation of your staying here in Strydas, and we simply do hope that one day you will return, perhaps not hired by us, but out of your own enjoyment and joy, wanting to visit as...
Oh, hells no.
Well, can you tell your taverns about this thing called Eggy Bready Bakey? Because you're going to need that.
Yeah, this place blows, and we hate
your
it.
food sucks.
Also,
Except
now
for the
you don't
popcorn.
have like weird things running through the streets killing people. What is there to do?
Yeah, there's nothing to do
There's
here.
shopping.
You got a guy ask some questions.
We wish you well.
Yeah,
and
that's-
maybe
Yeah.
You see
improvements.
Tifa.
I've never seen so many
You see
boat
Tifa and
nicks.
Claude kind of looking. They kind of like look down. They look hurt from where
Aw.
you saying that you don't want to come back and visit.
And yeah, we're. You know what? We are total jerks sometimes, and we're just kidding.
You don't want us.
But these two get good tours.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
we're
that. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We're just
You
kidding.
look
We're
pointing
just
to Maud
kidding.
and
Maud and Claude. These two guys get
Maud
great
and Claude
tours.
kind of look over each other. They give a little high five.
Lots of horse
You know, Maud and
statues.
Claude, you guys should really work on. You guys should give tours of other places too. You're so good at this way. You should like learn about other different places, so when people could, like, so you could take them to them and tour them around, like tour guides, but like the travel kind. I feel like you guys would be really good at that. And you can come to Palisade anytime you want and hang out.
Yeah, hang out with us. We'll show you around.
We'll give you a tour of Palisade.
Yeah.
You see Tifa step up with her hands on both Maud and Claude. Is that a promise?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not off fighting skulls and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and if you stay at our place, you do have to cook and clean for us. Those are the rules.
But you'll get Eddie Brady Bakey.
I don't know what that is,
If
but
you
I
pay
am
for
enticed.
it with your own money.
And then we just start hugging them.
You see Tifa kind of relax into the hug as she hugs you, as Claude and Maud like hug you guys so tightly from like your knees and your waists. You all hug as the Grand Bishop smiles as the sun begins to set over Strydas. We cut to the Stinking Pig that night, where before our queen set sail in the morning, they are all sharing a drink. How drunk are all of you?
Very. Like,
Very.
super very.
You speak for yourself. I'm fine.
No, you're not
I am fine.
You know what? You
You know,
deserve to not be
We
fine.
should call that. We should get that Leona and tell her about how much her sister was great to us.
No.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
no bummers, no bummers.
Okay,
Sometimes,
sorry.
sometimes you can just be happy.
Okay, fine.
We're just happy now.
Fine, give me whiskey, the fire one.
Uh-huh.
Sorry about your floor.
You see Kathiri slide you all five shots of firebrand whiskey.
Wow.
I can't feel my face.
And a little spice for the ladies. And
Did we tell anybody in the city about the dead king?
Braga, and we are never going to. I crushed a psychedelic mushroom and put a little bit in each girl's drink.
Oh no. This is gonna be a.
Gonna party like we're never gonna see this town again, 'cause we're never coming back, 'cause Strydas kinda sucks.
Sorry.
No, this is wonderful. As the five of you
Sorry,
continue
big
to
mouth.
drink, five of you continue to drink and party well into the night. You start to feel a little hungover. Are you still partying as you get onto the boat in the next day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Never went to sleep, and if I did, it was for 5 minutes and I woke up again.
I think I fell asleep while I was drinking.
I'm staying drunk because I might not throw up as much on the boat this time.
And I maybe made out with a dude in the booth over there.
With the hella good hair?
With the hella good hair.
As the five of you, Hannah's singing as well. Hannah's like,
Pulling out her
yeah,
bardism.
could have had sex with maybe the last king, but I didn't. But I'm not gonna think about that painful memory now.
Get it out of your head.
But
we're on the boat.
As the five of you get onto the boat, you see Mona kind of waving as she stands at the mast or the wheel. The five of you get on the boat. You're all fairly intoxicated and fairly under the influence of drugs. You don't notice a presence there on the boat. As the boat begins to leave port, you feel the wind, the sea breeze against your face, the gentle rocking of the boat, finally returning home, finally returning to Palisade. Another rest before another mercenary job, more money to pay the bills. Perhaps another quest to stop the end of the world. And as you all laugh, laughing, giggling, saying some kind of joke you misheard.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, I can't believe it because you said, "Yours, I make out with you."
You hear a snap. And you're no longer on the boat.
Aw.
You are standing in a room. Beneath you are sand cobblestones. The same cobblestones line the walls around you, and there is no ceiling. You see that there are 2 torches in this small square-like room that you are in.
Are we still drunk?
Yes, you are.
Yo, I gave you guys too many mushrooms.
Hey, what did you do?
Oh, are we having a group
seeing this?
freak out? This is pretty good.
What?
Wait, is this real? Is this...
It has to be. We wouldn't all be saying the same thing.
Maybe one of us
Try
said
to-
it, and then the rest of us are suggesting it.
We're group
Did
drinking.
I do this? Did you do this?
I don't do none.
Can I
do
get
the thing.
situated?
You're going to have to get sober first. Actually, I'll say, yeah, you can get situated, but you're going to take an egg. I'll say you get situated.
Oh,
3rd time's a charm. Get situated.
That's an 11.
damn.
Beautiful.
I'm highly intuitive when I'm
Violet, I will say yes, as almost as if your non-drunk self, your guttural instincts are more intuitive than your current physiological self would lead you to believe. You look around. What are you looking for exactly?
Any clues to tell me where we are and if there's a way out?
You look above you, and it's darkness. There is no ceiling, but it appears as if the darkness goes on forever. You look behind you, possibly for another exit. There is no door behind you, simply a long hallway in front of you. And you feel, Violet, that you are being watched.
What's wrong, Violet?
Huh? Well, probably, definitely, because someone sent us this little room, and because they want to look at us, like a little fish. Fish bowl.
I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud, but I wish I was still on a boat.
Yeah. Me too.
Hello, who's there? Yoo-hoo!
Hello, rat queens. You hear a voice calling out for you. It doesn't sound like a voice that is close by. Instead, a voice that is almost echoing in the room around you.
Hi.
Do you need a lozenge? Your voice is all scratchy.
She has some really good stuff. It made us imagine a hallway.
No, I believe that the illusion is real.
That doesn't make any sense. You said 2 things.
Illusions are not real.
The opposite.
So
day.
is it real or is it an illusion?
You
Who
think
are
it's
you?
so funny
No.
to talk over me, don't you?
What?
Yeah, kind of.
On the boat to Strydas, you thought it was so funny to mock me for my assistance for you.
Who did we mock?
This is that triangle guy who's a dick to us.
Triangle Man.
Triangle Man.
It's the Triangle Man. Where are you?
I literally don't remember him
To
at all.
think,
Triad.
Where'd
you go?
I've totally blacked it out. I have no memory of him.
Why don't you show us where you are, Triangle Man?
to think that the fate of the world is in your 5 fucking hands.
Well, we have 2 hands each, so it's 10.
Yeah.
It's 10. It's 10, 5 times.
Did you mean we each hold a little bit of the fate of the world in one of our hands? It's a sweet image.
It is so
I mean,
sweet.
we have saved like a lot of cities, though.
I mean, honestly, it feels like we have saved the world, and not. I mean, that's just real. That's not even me feeling
are you
exaggerating.
Jealous of us?
Yeah, we're doing a great job. even though it's
No.
getting suckier every time.
Yeah, this is not fun anymore.
You all taught me something very important.
Ah, God, I wish I remembered you.
Dramatics?
You have a red beard, maybe?
Don't worry.
I think he was a human.
I'm a dwarf!
Oh.
You feel the walls shake around you.
A dwarf.
Okay, dwarf triangle man.
I'm
Calm
sure,
down.
Yeah, I'm sure we could get along really well.
Yeah, what do you want? Why you put us in the little room for, bud?
Like, we're drunk. Why would you grab us now if you want us to talk to you?
Yeah, it's hot.
No, my sweet Braga. It's not for talking, you see. We're all going to play some games.
Oh, this is fun.
I like games.
Generally speaking, I'm kind
Drinking
of over
game?
games.
Too bad. You see, you're all going to be here for a while, or at least until I say you can leave.
Can we leave?
No.
Can we leave now?
How about now?
You suddenly feel the room start to close on you as the walls start to shake, and the room starts to now slowly the walls start to push in closer and closer.
Aw, F.
So we just start climbing the walls.
There are no footstools on the walls. These walls are smooth. You are unable
I
to
thought
climb
they
them.
were cobblestone.
They are, but they're completely smooth.
So it's like that plastic that you stick on the wall.
Like the walls here.
There's a fake cobblestone.
So to be clear, we're not on the boat. Also,
No.
Should we go down the hallway? Can we go down the hallway?
Yeah, I follow Violet.
Hey, we gotta get that. We can't be smushed.
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts, all of you.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
you first, my
Oh
lady.
dear. Oh dear.
Do we take disadvantage or anything? Or?
I say yes. You each take -2 disadvantage.
Oh no, that means
Okay.
Okay. So
And the tokens as they
Wait,
stand. Violet
negative
has
2,
1,
so
Braga has
minus
2,
1.
D has 2, and Betty has 4.
Oh yeah, girl.
Oh.
Thanks,
How many do I have again? Sorry, I was
2.
kind of. I have 2. Okay.
I got 9, but I'd like to use a token to make it 10.
What is
Alright.
it plus? Oh no, it's -2.
So I had 11 minus 2, making it a 9. So I'll take 1 token to make it a 10.
Wonderful.
I got 1. 1.
What is this
Oh,
plus?
dear.
Anything?
Or
just -2?
Guts.
But then -2.
Oh, okay.
And then you
so
can add whatever. You can add your 4 tokens. if
I
you
have. So now I have 5. I have 4 tokens, so I'll just make it a
need a 7.
7. Yeah.
Wonderful. How many tokens you used? 2?
I used 1.
You used 1, 1, and then 2. Braga and D, you were able to follow Violet's advice. I'll say with Hannah as well, as the 3 of you make it out of the room. Okay, Violet, it's almost as if you trip over something that isn't there, and you find yourself stuck. Betty, you kind of look behind, and you see that Violet is laying there on the ground as the walls continue to close in and close in.
I learned a cool lasso trick like last episode. I'd like to try to like lasso her and like pull her along.
I will say you lasso her and pull her along.
Just watch out for the bumpies. Sorry. And we just kind of.
Unfortunately, Violet, since you did fail, you barely get out of the room without having but your foot is crushed as you exit the room as the walls close, and you feel your left foot being unable to be walked on. As you take
Jeez Louise.
5 points of damage,
Wow.
which leaves you at 8 hit points. You did not heal the night before.
Yeah, we didn't sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Violet.
Okay.
Is this a joke to you now, Red Queens?
No.
Hey, we die in the illusion. Do we die in real life?
This isn't an illusion, Rat Queen.
That's right.
I want
Okay.
to roll get sober because my friend got hurt.
That was clear.
I will say you'll have to wait till next week.
Okay.
Because, Rat Queens, welcome to the labyrinth. And that is where we end tonight's episode, and we start our next arc next week.
Wow.
The labyrinth.
The labyrinth.
The labyrinth.
Nice.
Thank you all so, oh my gosh, what an amazing
Yeah.
episode. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to everyone who donated to make tonight's show possible. Let's go down the line, and let's thank everybody. Peak 1.
Peak 1.
Mexican Robin.
Mexican Robin.
Zaron 23.
Zaron 23.
Peak 1.
Peak 1.
Drek Fletch.
Drek Fletch.
Peak 1.
Peak 1.
Chifexani.
Chifexani.
I think so. Chifexani. Metsu's Phantom.
Metsu's Phantom.
Apologies if I don't say your name right.
Apologies if I don't say your name right.
Benostine.
Steam.
Keen 456.
Keen 456.
The Moon Rules.
The Moon Rules.
Dreckflet.
Dreckflet.
Jessica Nerdy.
Jessica Nerdy.
Dreckflet.
Dreckflet.
Cool Livy 45.
Cool Livy 45.
Nega J Pistol.
Nega J Pistol.
Chovixani.
Chovixani.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Venomstein.
Venomstein.
Peak 1.
Peak 1.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Desert Despo.
That one.
Wait.
Desert
Despo.
Despo.
Ina.
Ina.
I'm so sorry.
I am so
I'm
sorry.
so sorry.
Nope.
Peak 1.
Peak 1.
And J Pistol.
And J Pistol.
Once again, apologies if I did not say your username correctly. I'm having a hard time. But thank you
did
all
good.
so much. Oh, thank you. You are all amazing. Thank you to everyone who voted in the polls. There was going to be a entirely different thing that would have happened had you voted for Hannah's Other Fate. If you would like to hear what that would have been, feel free to jump in our Discord, the Rat Queen's Discord on HyperRPG, and ask me, and I will tell you. Also, feel free to talk about your theories for the shows, what you think is going to happen in the Labyrinth, what sort of things you'd like to see happen in the Labyrinth. And yes, as you all have noticed, it appears that Andreas Acker, founding member of the Triad, the Dwarven Blacksmith, considered a master of games, is now your foe for this next arc.
Ooh.
So yes, ladies and jelly beans, here at HyperRPG, we cannot do what we do without your amazing help. Also with that, thank you to everyone who participated and donated in this past weekend's Hyper Drive. It was amazing. We made way over our goal. We were able to give Zach's now building the PC with VR compatibility for the school in need, so that
cool.
Malika's school that she helps out with gets that, and we all get to send all of the amazing stuff that we got donated with your notes and your kind words to some gaming dev students in need. So thank you all so much to everyone who participated with that. Tomorrow night we've got the second episode of Grimdark Dawn. It's going to be really, really good. Be sure to tune in for the Grimdark Daily beforehand. It's a very fun show led by Scott, and it's a newsreel of all things Warhammer that you need to know. Friday is Troll Hunters. Monday is Kolok 1991. Tuesday is Bloodcurdling Tales in Time. And of course, Wednesday at 7 p.m., we continue on with the Rat Queen's RPG. Real quick around the table, where can people find you?
You can find me with my improv group at Ripley Improv on Facebook, Twitter, and Insta. We have a very exciting thing that we're announcing tomorrow.
You can find me everywhere on the internet at I Am Chubby Bunny. You can also look at my website. It's IamChubbyBunny.com. It has links to everything that I do, including the podcast Senpai Buddies, a comedy podcast about Asian nonsense.
My D&D show is back for our third season, The Broken Pact, starting this coming Monday. We are on twitch.tv/D&D Broken Pact, and we are now moving from Ravnica, our old setting, to Avernus, the new hellish setting of D&D. So we're very excited. Check that out Monday night. I'm very excited about it.
Yay! I am at Aliza Pearl, Aliza Pearl, on Twitter and Instagram, and also Facebook. I have a Facebook page that I rarely post on. And just want to say, do something different. Do something nice for yourself that's different. Just surprise yourself this weekend. Do something special.
I like that Aliza challenge. And I am your GM, Emily Rose Jacobson. You can find me on Twitter at frankly_Emily and on Instagram with an extra underscore. And if you liked today's Nintendo Direct, we're going to be talking about it as we record tonight's episode of Hit Points, the Hit Points podcast that Matt Acevedo, Naim Stewart, and I do, where we talk about video games. So yeah, stay tuned for that episode, especially if you have questions about the Nintendo Direct. We will answer them, do the best we can. So everyone, thank you all so much once again for tuning in for this episode. Get excited for the next arc as we continue to build towards the climax of the Rat Queens. With 4 members of the Prophecy down, who is the 5th member? What are they doing in the Labyrinth? How will our queens find them? And what does that mean for the fate of the world? You'll just have to find out next week. So until next Wednesday, keep adventuring, my queens.
Get humped.
Get humped.